John Justice Show, live right now on the CW58.
All right, so we have a bit of an update after P-Gate yesterday. Thank you to the Facebook, to my Facebook peeps for helping me with the coming list that we have set up. That's fine. I didn't even realize. That's funny. Yeah. Peeps works on multiple levels, doesn't it? I mean, we got an Easter thing going on, right? A little post-Easter thing. We've got the whole P thing going on. That's funny. I wasn't even trying. That's the magic of the show. It just happens. It's like through osmosis. Let's move on, shall we? Okay. So I've been told that not only was the incident, the stunned witness who did not call Saturday morning for fear of reprisals. At approximately 10 a.m., witnessed Tucson City Councilman Steve Kozachik publicly urinating in front of them while they tried to enjoy the urban outdoors. Now, photos were taken after the incident, which we actually have, for as disgusting as that is. The damp soil, the remnants. Kind of hard to get a gauge though on there. There's no point of reference for the size of the area that was, inflicted by Steve Kozachik relieving himself. There's no, there's nothing relative. You need like an action figure nearby to kind of get a gauge on how big that area really was. Apparently the wall was at El Encanto, which brings up a whole other issue in terms of the Walmart, the residents, unsavory characters, his ward. There's a couple of other angles on this that Gila Courier picked up on that I missed, unfortunately. But the Arizona Daily Independent, according to the story I have in front of me, is reporting that Tucson City Councilman Steve Kozachik urinated in public on a wall at El Encanto this past weekend. Now, I haven't done the research on this. Apparently, Steve K was never a Boy Scout. Because if he was, he would have learned, leave no trace. He would not do well in Jurassic Park or on Pandora. Just saying. Isn't it funny, the article goes on to say, that the liberals in Tucson want to make El Encanto, the El Encanto Walmart, out to be an eyesore. Yeah, guys, and peeing in public at El Encanto is so refined. But anything that generates tax revenue is evil. Great job, City Council. If this is all true, and apparently they took DNA samples. It's awesome. I just picture this jar with soil in it, with the Scotch tape and just Steve K written on it. I just we have proof. If this is all true, it makes for some sick irony for Kozachik. Here's the point that I missed yesterday. It was barely a year ago when Kaz went on a crusade about some proposed male exotic dancers at a bar on Speedway, the Mint. Now, we covered this before. Remember the concern was, was the thunder from down under spilling out of the Mint into the parking lot and then gyrating in the neighborhood? That was the, worry. Cougars running wild everywhere. This was the concern. So that's the thunder from down under and cougars. It's a dangerous, volatile, explosive combination. You get Speedos involved, and I don't even want to tell you the potential for disaster. Okay. Don't you find it kind of funny that Kozachik goes on a public crusade about male dancers and G-strings inside a building, but it's okay for him to expose himself and go to the bathroom outside in full view of anyone? That's a very good point. Just seems, I don't know, a bit hypocritical, doesn't it? More from the Star article. Concerned about his constituents, City Councilman Steve K kept his shirt on. He then took on the crusade, asking the city staff to research the finer points of the city code related to stripping and G-strings in an attempt to perhaps somehow stop the transfer. The cause was trying to help but he couldn't do so without at least occasionally talking about G-strings. For example, if, hypothetically, male strippers in the mint were prancing and dancing, the G-string would have to come off in order for the city code to kick in regarding where strip clubs can happen in the city, he said. If the G-string stays on, it's just a bar.
That makes sense.
Did you say that makes sense? Did you just say that, Copy Bob? That makes sense. Kozaczek worries about things that ruin the neighborhood, like, oh, I don't know, maybe public urination? Could be. Garcia and Smith spent months trying to convince city officials, neighborhood associations, and Councilman Steve Kozaczek that they would not allow their other business venture, the Wild Boys, to transform the bar into a den of iniquity and ruin the neighborhood. At a June council meeting, Kozaczek called the Wild Boys show too lascivious and said it violated the city's ordinance prohibiting sexually themed entertainment within 1,000 feet of residential neighborhoods or near schools. But apparently he can whip it out anytime he feels like it because he's the cause. At least now we know the effect. In this case, he learned the effect of drinking too much water and apparently not being able to hold it like a big boy and waiting for a restroom to arrive wherever he was running to. Banner week for the city council. A few days ago, Councilman Paul Cunningham's chief of staff, Katie Bolger, got into a little alcohol-fueled spat with TPD and played the "Don't you know who I am?" Tied up 4 police cruisers and a helicopter. Another Cunningham staffer, by the way. Cunningham is desperately looking for some moral high ground. Look out for yellow sand. He's all yours, Democrats. All right, I think we're gonna do it. Is everybody ready? We all good to go? I think I'm good to go. You can go ahead and. All right. So, thankfully, thanks to your help yesterday, I have compiled the top excuses Steve K urinated in public. All right, we ready? Top excuses for Steve K urinating in public. We start off with, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
I gotta pay.
Top excuses for Steve K urinating in public. The bathroom on the modern streetcar was out of order.
I gotta pay.
The rest of the council banned him from doing it during their meetings.
I gotta pay.
He was marking his territory.
I gotta pay.
Top excuses, Steve K urinated in public. His bladder is smaller than his brain.
I gotta pay.
April showers arrive early in Tucson.
I gotta pay.
Top excuses, Steve K urinated in public. Oh, the line was too long at the Mint.
I gotta pay.
Top excuses that Steve K urinated in public. The G-string was too tight.
I gotta pay.
He wasn't urinating, he was making street art.
I gotta pay.
Top excuses for Steve K urinating in public. He figured with all the graffiti, no one would notice.
I gotta pay.
He was waiting for the modern streetcar to finish construction and just couldn't hold it any longer.
I gotta pay.
Top excuses, Steve K urinated in public. Stupid drunk.
I gotta pay.
All speculatory, by the way. Allegedly. Top excuses, Steve K urinated in public. Let's go old school and just say it was Bush's fault.
I gotta pay.
His bladder had a limited capacity of 10 ounces.
I gotta pay.
And the top excuse for Steve K urinating in public, he drank too much Kool-Aid.
I gotta pay.
It's my
751-1041 is the phone number. That's Marconi winning award stuff right there, I'm telling you.